Hey, welcome back for some more Friday Magic. Today's beverage of choice is Ransack the Universe's IPA. Today's music of choice, royalty-free music once again. Actually, I don't need that on. That's just for you guys. Hopefully it's at an appropriate level. If it's not, you can let me know in the chat, and we can change all that stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop this out over here, just so I don't miss anyone this time. And today we're going to be doing a big boy Strixhaven Draft. The free-to-play frugal player tries to get the return on investment in the big draft. Hunting for Chum Buckleys. Hopefully I get some nice ripe bronze and silver opponents rather than gold and beyond. But we'll see. So, for a little warm-up game, I suppose we'll play the Historic All Access, because isn't that nice of our wizard overlords to to let us play whatever cards we want. And so we could have made a combo deck, we could have done anything, and I decided I wanted to do elves. I looked into my heart and I saw elf. Not a very good hand. Oh. Let's see. Hey! Aw, Sam and Sylv. What are you guys up to this evening? How's your Friday night going? Whenever another angel put a counter on it, that means business, doesn't it? But a 3/3 is gonna shag them up right now. I'm willing to pay some life. We'll lay this down, and we'll swing with our 3/3 and say, "Hey, do you want to start blocking? What's up?" Put a thing, untap it, lay another one. Lay another one. Just frustrated. Hello. I'm not sure if we've ever met before, but welcome to the stream. I'm so glad you decided to stop by on an exciting Friday evening for some drafting. We're just doing our warm-up game here now with Historic All Access. Ooh, we're not at Crater Hoof yet, but that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could re-untap one of them, but it would defeat the purpose of having Crater Hoofing. Okay, the Angel of Vitality. Very good. So, 4. We can at least swing with these two and be able to lay this as well. They're going to take all that damage. Not a problem for them. That is kind of the way, honestly. So let's explore our options a little bit then. We put an elf ore from the graveyard onto the battlefield, yes, which we took advantage of, like we should. We'll put a counter on Skipper, maybe, to untap it. The 2/2 and the Crater Hoofs. That's right. It's 4. That was a strange decision. Do you start beefing up the 1/1 or the 2/2, or do you maybe realize that a 4/4 and a 5/5 is going to get over a lot of their angel-y, lifelinky stuff until they pump up into Johnny's Pridemate, or whatever the flavor is there? Ooh, a Shockland. Show me something cool. Collected Company. Ooh, that is an aggressive card, but we are also using that in this deck. They just happen to draw theirs, which is the way it goes. So it didn't whiff, because they're still picking whatever cards And it would seem that they have some choices to make about which of the two that they're hauling out of the 6. Spellbinder. Ooh, that's not good for me. Bishop of Wings, also part of an infinite combo. Spellbinder makes this 2 more to cast, which is a little irritating because it was already 8 mana-ish. Ooh. Don't you, though? I don't think we swing with the 3/3, because actually trading it for the 4/1 or blocking with the 1/4 doesn't particularly benefit us in a lot of ways. Okay. We've got a lot of elves on board. I don't know if I see them coming for lethal this turn, but we shall see. You know, crazier stuff happens in Historic. You can use any card. Any card! And I made a Crater Hoof deck. Ooh, gaining some life, you say. Back up to 19, are ya? Coming in for 3. I probably wouldn't swing either. So this guy adds for each elf, so that's 5. Plus my mana is another 4, making 9. This, now in my hand, costs 10. So if we top deck a land, we're in Hooftown. Hoofsville. Sure, yeah. That's a lot of life all of a sudden. That's land. I see. Well, oh, don't ya though? Yeah, you can gain a life from that. I'll swing with everything. Alright. We're giving stuff minuses. So, we'll do that first. We'll do that second. Oh, okay. Like, it's time to crumble. The bus showed up. Okay. Wow. It's time. In all of my videos, there's been that draft token that I got from buying the bundle at the beginning. So I couldn't be called a true free-to-play player, because I do, when I have, you know, the privilege to do so, buy the draft passes as the pre-order when the set comes out. And for this one, I was able to do it and then leave it there and appreciate it and get excited for it all season. When I was planning what to do for stream tonight, I noticed that Quick Draft was Theros. Ain't nobody want to watch Theros. Get out of here. When you rotate, you'll barely be missed, except for Croxa. That is a card that I'm going to miss when it goes away. But, so, it was time to use our premier draft token. Even though we do have the Skrilla that we could have financed it without. The joke about what I put out earlier, the free-to-play player tries to make back investment. We're using a token entry. So, we'll try our best to come back from the 0, you know. Yeah. Seats left in the house. Ready, Eddie. Oh, come on, straggler. Hit that button. You got 30 seconds. Oh, thank you. Vanishing Verse. That's a mean card. In the Golgari, we've got Blood Researcher. The Heated Debate, 4 damage. Pretty significant. Black, white, green, we've been having some success with. The Vanishing Verse is a great card. It's a total greed pickable card, if you were inclined for such a thing. Which I tend to be. I definitely don't have 4 copies of it, and I checked in on my stash of packs that I've also been like sitting on, hoarding like a dragon, so I can arrange them into a pile and open them all up. But I have 20 Strixhaven packs, so I do believe I'll open those up at the end of stream, because this will likely be the last quick draft I'll do of Strixhaven for a little while. Witherbloom Command. That, a card that you think would help you more. Decisive Denial is a card that does stuff. And Dark Ritual. It's been a while, Dark Rit. Access Tunnel, the fine card. If we go white, black, green, say for, sake of argument, that would make forcing green means that we would feel bad passing on this. A land card from your graveyard to your hand. Sure. Strixhaven Stadium is not a rare that I feel bad passing on. So we can actually take more of a sensible card if there is one. Draw 4, discard 2. Woohoo! It is a mana rock. Well, don't totally pass on it. Put a point counter. And that player. Yeah, that's right. You can lose off of it if you're playing it from behind. The lesson. So let's go with the ramp. Show me the ramp. One in your hand, rest in your graveyard. This card is actually pretty good from what I've been seeing. 4/2. It's got a nice big caboose. It's got a nice big front. It's a wee caboose. Gaining life, eh? I do remember drafting Vanishing Verse and then having it in hand, passing on playing other things, and then the final showdown I needed removal for a multicolored creature. Coloral. And it was just like, oh well, that feels bad. Oh, who's holding up? Beretta. I forgot to apply the principles of watching more of the cards to see what gets picked up, because now that I'm not in quick draft. So people are going to pick the good stuff more than the computers will. I would assume, Yeah, this thing is fine. Access Tunnel again. Adventurous Impulse. Probably not the flavor we're looking for. I don't think we're going low cost like this. The removal, quite possibly. Make your mark as a later play. 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. Okay, that keeps open some colors. It might not have been the best pick, because I don't find myself playing this card really often. However, maybe I ought to play more artifacts in a 3-color deck, perhaps. So this is the pick, this is the greed pick. I don't think so. Maybe, but not really. That's not really our neighborhood at the moment. Whenever you gain life. We're going to take the greed pick. Just a little tiny bit greedy today. Yeah, Revitalize, does that do a whole lot for us? Again, we'll stay out of a color and then allow us to perhaps wheel into what Great Rare might be in Pack 2 or Pack 3. Although I think this one is definitely a pickable card. Resculpt is okay. The effigy doesn't seem to work out. Snow Day is outside of our colors that we're thinking for right now, but if we do go into blue and we go hard blue, it's hard to imagine that past pick 1. That's interesting. Freaky Land and Lesson. A multicolored lesson at that. Okay, they didn't take the Dark Ritual. It's interesting. Infused with Vitality made it all the way around. You don't say. Access Tunnel and the Strixhaven Stadium? Are we going to force it? Not much there in our colors. I mean, that's something. That's probably... We're going to want some solid creature base. We were trying not to go in blue. And this thing here is kind of a workhorse. Oh, interesting. That wield. If we do end up in blue, like I said, we'll have wanted that card, I think. And we did come back around to the Revitalize. D-Spark. Wow. Oh. Goodness gracious. So black-white, eh? Yeah, that is a bomb. You're coming with me. Maybe no one else is playing Orzhov? Hey! Boat of Terror! How is whoa! For that... Oh my lord. We are hard in the no colors. I'm loving this. This is crazy enough to work. Do we take more removal? Probably not. Hey, I'm excellent. This is exactly what I like to do on a Friday night, I gotta say. Hunt for specimens, even though it's a little underwhelming as a pick. Creature you control with flying. Got this thing, the essential 4-drop in the Orzhov. More of this, possible. But we might even be drifting away from green, quite honestly. Faithless Looting. Don't believe we're touching those colors. Fervent Mastery. Doesn't that love to wheel every draft? This. I don't think that's quite what we're looking for. This is probably the genre here. So give something hexproof because our creatures are going to be valuable to us. Another one of these things that is absolutely Fracture, super duper in our colors. Or do we take the land on color? Artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker? Would we even end up playing that? Study Break. Great card. Defend the campus. Of course you want me to take... well, if we're going black-white staples, then... because we could cut that and that. Ooh, they are splashable cards. We won't say total no to green yet. Hey, glory! We won't say total no to green yet, but it's not looking like that's going to be even our best option. This thing here, charging it up, takes forever. Making actually this probably the pick. Sad. I let that pick for me. Defiant Strike, cantrip. Counters and lifelink were not hard. Oh. Okay, that was weird. It's like I dragged that off screen. Stonerise Spirit. Well, good old Duress. Send them a friendly, how's it going, at the start of the match. With a turn 1 Duress. Nothing makes you not want to play more. Like a Thoughtseize, or something like that. You're like, oh, what happened to Whimsy? What happened to Mystery? But yeah, doing great today, my boys. Drinking some Ransacks the Universe IPA. It's lovely, but the IPAs don't quench thirst. Lot of flavor, though. With counterspells, it's like, guess I'll play somewhere else, thanks. Village Rites, although Make Your Mark probably is even a better fit for the deck. This thing here, not likely. Ooh. When it dies, learn. That's cute. That thing. Mage Duel, playable card. This thing here is not worth, even though it's kind of in our colors. The Inquisition actually does do something. Oh my lord, who did not pick this? Okay, no, we can't even think about those colors. We gotta make some smart decisions. And this is kind of backbone of this deck as well. In a 3-play. Sure, yeah. We don't want to be too low on creatures. Oh my god! This card is dope too! What is happening? But I don't think we even take it, because we take something like this, which is an actual good card. Or, actually, Pest Summoning is probably if we want to run the Grofts and keep green in. But if we're keeping green in... Oh. Yes, the Pest Summoning, I think... Oh my... The wheeling of the rares and the Geflavens! Each player gains 4 life. It's cute. Wow. I'm totally gonna take this card. I've never laid eyes on it. Yeah, but I think early game this will hit a lot of stuff. Actually, you might be right. It might not make the final cut. Alright. It's not the... Oh no, it is the same person holding up the line again. Oh yeah, okay, well let's turn that down. Humiliate, more hand hate. More hand hate. A non-land card from it and they discard it? Yeah, sure. Wow. Ooh. We don't want to be outplayed early game. That is a grand lesson. Cultivate. That is almost the pick. Yeah, me too. I can't get enough of it. You always know what you're playing against, and that's very convenient. Necrotic Flames is 3 mana removal in the sorcery lesson sideboard. You know, I think that could become relevant. Oh. Huh. We do have a lot of instants and sorceries. I didn't think that we were... that Storm would be looking good all of a sudden. But it's looking real good. Counters and lifelink. Dina is almost in with our strategy. Not gonna lie. That's a possible. Yeah, cram session, sure. Gain in life is kind of what we're falling into doing for no reason. Hunt for specimens. Nice, okay. We might get off some weird storm stuff with this. I like the loses 2, gain 2, and then we add some synergy for lose life, gain life stuff. Also with this thing here. Mana Rock. Yep. Don't mind if I do. I would almost want to play that. Wow, we're at gems for Strixhaven drafts already. I think our collection of Strixhaven is coming along really well. So big play, probably not. 2 Groffs, and 2 Hunt for Specimens. That could be really interesting. Let's look at our spread here. 15-19. That's not so bad. I think we're good from that. If it was whenever a creature you control deals damage or causes an opponent to lose life, you put a counter on it, I think that would be a totally different ball game. Pardon the pun of the stadium. That would be like pinging it with this guy here or something like that, and to do that 10 times, it's maybe doable, especially with that specific Magecraft trigger. This thing here, to have it wheel, this is like draft bomb. I'm so surprised somebody passed on that. Get out of there. Oh, that's interesting. 23, 24. Yeah, you're talking crazy. What are you doing? So if I put in 23 lands, is there another 4 things that I could main deck? The lazy way of editing. That you're like, I know this works as 60 cards. We know that math is 24 into 60. And we'll get, stuff most of the time. But instead, 2356 is pretty generous. We probably cut down a forest because it's not as important. 2255 sounds like an actual deck. Okie doke. Let's see how those bold strategies work out for us as we try and return on our investment. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. Okie dokie, yeah. All sorts of learning going on. That's good. I'm ready. This is a sorcery. Yep. I would. We could cast Pest Summoning next turn. For any good reason? Not really. The Scry 2 draw card is... That seems a little early, but we would be looking hard for black mana and have no other plays. So why don't we put stuff on board? Because we could top deck the Groff in the next little while. We have 2 of them. The 5/4 that costs 2, and unless you sack something coming in. I thought that might be it. So, now we get things on board. Things that trigger lifelink. Das ist gut. They were playing some scary colors, yeah. Destroy 2 or less. -3, -1. Yep. Gotcha. I don't think we'll do something drastic like cast Study Break this turn. Perhaps we'll slam down our 5/5 block here with the 1/1. Because if we top deck the Groff, that's still going to be our best play. And we'll still have one of our pests in order to pay for his ability. But I'll feed him and pick up after him. Hey! Oh, Bodum Terror. In the chat there is my buddy Glory. He is also a big fan of metal. It's if you ever wanted to schmooze up to that individual, that would be one of his 4 or 5 things that he goes, us too. That's I've been friends with Glory for a long time, and that's one of the things that we've always had as like, hey, have you heard this band? He'd be like, nice, I appreciate that. I appreciate that in my life. In fact, he does a bunch of Bodum solos and things of that nature. I hope they don't have removal coming up too immediately. They could on 4, because now they would have the 2 black and the 2 colorless. They could destroy my 5/5, and then we're sad for having... Oh! How very interesting. So he's going to untap it and put a counter on it, meaning it's going to trade with my 5/5. I don't trust like that. And he untaps it too. Ooh boy. This is a sorcery. Very good. That is a top deck. My gosh. Mana value 2 or less. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. That sounds good. So if sacks a creature is the best thing that we're going to get him to do right now, do we pile on more damage for the +3/+3 and flying? Probably not. We're going to chunk out 6. We can chunk out 9. We won't cast another creature. We've got the study break up. We could just push him for so much damage. So sacks a creature. And yeah, I will give that flying. Target opponent. That opponent. My only opponent. That'd be nice. And I gain 1. They don't necessarily lose 1. So whatever they sort of, who are our faves. So I'm more into Protest the Hero. I hope that you're super into them and the real mathy sort of rock, like Sixth and bands like that. Tesseract. Been super obsessed with intervals lately. Not as much with animals as leaders, even though I understand that they're the best. I actually like Javier Reyes' solo stuff for Mestis, or Mestis. I bet you it's Spanish. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the Protest are my bread and butter, for sure. Especially the later stuff. For me, every CD they keep getting better. And Sixth, or if you've never heard of that band, they've got a very strange energy. Oh, good lord! A board wipe in limited. Oh, yeah, hate to see it, folks. Tarnpali and Lifelink, yep. This and the Learn. Yeah, I'm not sure that is super relevant to what we want to do. We probably want to put more damage on board now. So in the sideboard, right, graveyard to hand, spirit, instant, or sorcery. Ouch. The board wipe. Why wouldn't you? Ugh. That's awkward. We could do stuff about it. In the sideboard, we have the 5-mana exile non-land permanent, which we could then chump them for the 3. We could just tap it down now. Mana value 2 or less. No, no good to us. -3, -1. Would still trade. Loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. That might be something, because that adds up to a total of 5. And then return a land card to your hand. I don't think that particularly does much for me. So we'll tap it down now so we can grab this. This allows us a possible double play. Three, 4, 5. Well, we know we're definitely coming in. That's for goddamn sure. Loses 2 life, so that's a total of 5. We don't lay the Dusk Mage because they've got the removal coming up. But if we tap this correctly, we cast this, probably look for a second swamp or something like that. I mean, that could maybe... That might be significant. Yeah, Maiden are your tops. Nice. Of the Megadeth, Metallica, where do you kind of lean, and has that changed over your life? So we did sort of find our second black by getting the mana rock there. This thing here taps for mana of any color. Yep. I'm not worried about that damage right now. They've got 7 mana, 5 cards in hand. I mean, that's kind of serious. This game is not wrapped up, I'll tell you that. Okay. The funny thing about this is that we can learn this thing here, and yeah, so they maybe draw a card. Exile target non-land permanent. I would almost like to get rid of the Unleash the Archers. You know how to scratch him the right way. I'll tell you that. Whoa! So I said that we were quietly jealous of easy walking trails out where you're from. That would be the other thing that we're jealous of here. Because some of the big concerts, the logistics of getting to us on an island, they're just like not worth it for them, really. Oh, okay. More removal. Real mature. Shit. Destroy thing. Loses 2, you gain 2. Yep. Okay. Okay, we're focused. Uh-oh. Have they had... Oh, yeah. That thing. Darn. -3, -1. Right? I can make them regret blocking. Never mind. Interesting. So 3 or less. That wasn't as thrilling as I thought it could be, unfortunately. 2 or less, yeah, damn. I maybe should have taken the passage. Ugh. And 2 to draw cards, right. I would tap it if I do that. Target player mills 3 card. You flick up to their library and look at it. You're like, it's not time to start, you know, Thinking about that, is it? And a 2/3. I suppose so. Nice. Yeah, send him a little thank you. A Monomarth, yes. Yeah. Oh, Monomarth. They're so fun. We play Valheim a fair bit, me and my little play group. And we've a few times I was like, oh, you want to hear what to row to? I know just the song. You're like, oh, this is a little too intense for me. Like going through the fog. Yeah. So, I mean, they literally go through there. Toronto and then, you know, perhaps back to Washington or Seattle or something like that. You'd go through Manitoba. Because it seems like it'd be a gas-conscious ride. Being so flat. Two or less. I keep thinking this does a bunch of things that it doesn't actually. Ooh, Frozen Crown. That's a new one that I'm not sure of. Are they power metalish? They could be. Uh-oh. Italian power metal. Was Dio also Italian? I feel like he was. Mana value 2 or less. -3, -1. None of those are relevant right now. Do we use it to draw a card? What would we possibly draw into? Because we're kind of a combo deck and we're on pieces here, I'm a little worried, actually. -3 and you gain 2. Yeah. Thank you. Next turn is gonna hurt. But American, very good. Yeah. This thing here is such a draft bomb. I really should have exiled it instead of that creature. If I had known that he was going to recycle the board wipe back from their graveyard, they might have been less reluctant to do that if I had killed that creature. Oh my god. 3 inches of blood. They actually did come here once upon a time when myself and Glory were in prime metal show going age. And it was a really good show. So we're probably going to be oh, they're leaving one thing untapped. Huh. So I'm not going to do any blocks. 12 damage. 12 damage. We can reduce it next turn to 8. They put it back up to 9. We gain 1 from the pest. Ooh, that's bad. Then that is it, actually. Huh. So that's 6. I still wouldn't be able to stand the 9. Even if I got rid of this and they blocked with this, I couldn't do a surprise kill with this. I think it is most certainly it, yeah. Well, I took down a bunch of destroy the orcs. And around what year would that have come out? I suppose we stick around because, I mean, they could magically just disconnect. No. No such luck. Did we lose to that enchantment, or did we lose to just a much better deck and a surprise board wipe? It's kind of hard to say. Because I don't think that I would... 2004. Interesting. I mean, I got pretty close, actually. Let's not... Yeah, not orchestra. No. Oh, okay, that was you, sorry. I meant, nothing. Yeah, I read orcs first, and it's a word that gets said a lot around my house. Be they orcs? Very typical looking Friday night behind me. Alex is playing Last of Us, and Chandler is cuddling into a chip bag. 100 places they could sleep, but they were like, ooh, crinkly bag. Okay, going first is lovely. We might need some swamps again in order to get down this thing. 3 colored mana in a 3 color deck. Ooh, that's fast. Oh. So we might source a card from graveyard on top of your library. Interesting. So we could do our fancy book learning twice, perhaps? I see. Two 1/1 tokens. Yeah. Oh. I feel as if I'm already behind this game. There was a sound behind me just now that sounded like cracking, and that was, oh, yikes. That was one of the cats trying to push one of the other ones off the chip bag, because it's a hot commodity. We could have study braked into the Scry 2 draw 1 in order to fix our mana problems early, but we wouldn't. If we forced drawing into a swamp, we still mightn't have been able to draw this thing. And infused with vitality? Nope. It's just going. Nice. You love to see it. When it dies, learn. Indeed, we came right around to it. We can do a trade ski. That's kind of interesting. We could slap down a 5/5. They use their mortality spear already on a really small thing, which means that they have a bunch of removal and they didn't need to worry, or they were playing totally inappropriate removal. If we could just have one turn to put up this Beaming Defiance, the +2/+2 and Hexproof on our 5/5, that'd be great. If they do infuse with Vitality, they're going to give it Death Touch on a block or what have you. My Hexproof isn't going to do squat. I thought that was the card that they might have used with the other Scallywag there. They made that a 12/3. Whoa! Damn. That was a chunk of damage. How about no, Scott? How about no? If you want me, you gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Worst pop song ever. Storming Juno is a title that kind of sticks out. Metal Woman and Goat Rider's Horde. They sound excellent. Those titles make me so happy. They make me so happy. If we're tapping that stuff down, is that really doing us huge favors? They've got an empty hand. Are they going to trade the 5/5 for the 3/1? I think they are. So we say, what's up? I mean, I would. And chances are they're going to learn for a... Yeah, I figured, yeah. Juno Beach. So we can study break him at instant speed. Or they stay on the defensive. We have the double play with study break and this card that we're learning for now. Waiting for server, please don't. Oh no! It grabbed the wrong one for me. Uh-oh. It disconnected for a second. Sorry about that, guys. So we're at 6. They're gonna, if we exile this, we could theoretically find another land and slap down our 2/3. But if they make that flying, they're just going to kill us. So we do actually have to get rid of one of them. And if we're going to exile something, then I suggest the one that doesn't need extra stuff to become flying. So if they give it flying, we're not going to be able to block it anyway. There was an argument for swinging with this as well and taking the 3. I don't think so. So they got 2 cards now. Ooh, yeah. And Witherbloom Apprentice. Ooh, those are some moves. Right. Oh wait, we can lay skip. Do we have an additional move besides this one? 1, 2, potentially 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if we do this now and gain the extra life, it's possible we might find a better play for 4 mana. No, not really. Actually, I wouldn't mind those cards, if I'm being honest. It's like I'm not getting my money's worth when you scry 2 and then you leave them both there. Although nothing as intimidating as scry 2 both on top. So what are you feeling? Are you gonna take it? Are you gonna... Because they got the setup there now for if they top deck an instant or sorcery, all 3 of those parts are gonna work together. If they decide that they want to block and lose one of their moving pieces, they're gonna feel it. But taking 5 damage is... Nice. Nice. Ooh. We tied now. Yeah, we lay this. Do we make that unblockable? Sure, pump them for an extra damage. We got a 2/3 blocker, why not? What are we keeping up instants for? Pfft, forget them. Trap guards, don't need them. Another top deck land for our friend. Monocolored permanent, that's funny. If we give stuff +1/+1 and instant speed, is that lights out? Because they're gonna take... Yeah, this lights out. Whew, it was an instant. I didn't double check that. If they blocked the other way, which they might have, they would have been left at 1. But there was nothing they really could have done. Schwan win! Yeah! Schwan. There we go. Nice. There's playable cards. I hope we don't get stuck on 2 mana, but that's playable cards. Yes, I watch Grant every now and again, and he's really entertaining to watch generally. Oh, if we hit mana number 3, we've got mana fixing. And if we were to hit mana number 3, if it could be a white mana, that would be lovely. Look at Boros Bucko over there. 'Tis not white, but it will do. Vigilance Temple? Yep. Are you going to pay the mana for it? So it's... yeah, +1/+1. So even if I did make your mark, it wouldn't be a trade. So we'll take the 3 for now. And say, you get 1. Is there any way to get a double play out of this mana? +3/+5. 2 or less battlefield. Sacks a creature is tempting-ish. Pumping him for an extra 3 damage is a little greedy. Yeah, I think this is probably the way to do it. If we top deck a land of a black or a white land, we would be in the money next turn. We'll do some flimflammery and perhaps give this a buff and lifelink, and at the same time, if they haven't laid another creature, get them to sacrifice that one, and then we're in the money. Bumped Z. Those are some complex constants in that name. Start to finish in one stream. What a mad lad. I checked in on one of his, I think it was him that was doing a 12-hour or 24-hour stream, and it was bananas. Oh no! So it doesn't have lifelink at least. He doesn't have the other creature to sacrifice. So the same thing. Ah, it's a green mana sad. Mana about 2 or less green. Right. So do we want to be greedy and get in the extra 3 damage, or do we want to return Dina to the battlefield? Draws a card and loses 1 life. Even that. We know we're going to get him to sacrifice that. Get it out of here. +3/+3 and flying. So an extra 3 life. And we'll give this thing lifelink. Yup. Nice. We're back in it. When you say plays games and whatnot, is there something is she a variety gamer, or is there a particular genre that is where she gets her bread buttered? Okie doke. +1/+1 and haste, you say? So now. Survival in open world. We talking Fallout? A 2/5. Oh boy. Horizon Zero. Interesting. Oh, I can make this a 5/3. That's kind of fun. Give him the chance to block it. I mean, I should have given it double lifelink, which we know, of course, doesn't exist, but just to just to have given them the option to have blocked the 5 damage by trading their 2/5, because once they stick their +1/+1 thing on it, it's going to be a bad time for me, yeah. Dang. Well, I won't let you exile it. Yeah, what do you think of that? That's what I thought. Let's have a look at the mitt. So we're way ahead in life, but I still got kind of a bad feeling about this. We don't want to sacrifice this for a card because it's helping us out immensely with our mana issues. This thing here costing the 3... Oh, nice, Last of Us. Oh. For 5 mana, they can absolutely lay that. 4/4. If I pop this right now and don't hit a white land, oh boy, that's a little insulting. So it's got Menace. I'm not going to be blocking it anyway. So we'll sacrifice this so we can learn to grab out our... Boy. My first thought was this, but the other one might have been the 5 mana thing, but this person is out of cards in hand. We don't want to give that all back to him. 3/3 trample lifelink. Won't trade with his 4/4. Probably not going to poo-poo a mana, although it actually does very little for me because we need a white one. But we'll put the swamp in hand for now and hope to run across the plains coming up. Ugh. Taking 7. Ouch. That's a hard call. Instant or sorcery on top. Given that 2 counters doesn't mean squat. They're not gaining life. And putting it on top when the next card could be a something is risky. Do we just put counters on the flyer? No, I think this is a bit more of a developed plan. Oh, I see. It's kind of rude. Well, meaning that if we had gone with the counters plan, we would have been really sad now. As opposed to just regular sad. So note to self, too many green mana. Yep. Come on, white mana for Revitalize. I'd like it if you didn't tap any of those, thank you. A 2/3 on the ground. He's got a bunch of menace stuff. That's not even good enough. That fabled white mana. Ah. And that'll about do it for that game. We got some mana fixing to do, sadly. 'Twas our downfall there, was having that third color, and what did it do for us? When that Silver Quill card has been when we've been able to get really ahead. Haven't seen that once. Fair enough. Even that is a little better. Oh. So, we've now reached the losers bracket. We are 1 and 2. Oh boy. Oh boy. Great. Everyone loves the triple mulligan. The only non-colored card in the deck. Ugh. I still don't regret putting it in there, even though it's been responsible for 1 extra damage in all of our games so far. Another white man! Ugh! Grody. The excitement you missed was 3 mulligans on this game. And we're awash in white mana for whatever reason. Okay. Oh boy. Mana value 2 or less, like that. That's bad. That is so bad. Well, I guess it's gonna be a one and none sort of night. Oof. Ouch. How did this person lose a bunch of games? Ugh, 3 lands, eh? Gain 2 life. We put a flyer on board. I mean, it might be possible to survive this turn, but we're gone. We done. Wow. That was a fast game, and I felt like the losing games were really long, but we ran out of ran out of gas. Oh well, where she goes. I suppose I'll deliver on the promise and open some packs. 250 and 101. Sad. Show me some pack contents. Show me some pack contents. Yes, I was going to say, Eldraine, I am missing 1 or 2 mythics, but I have all the rares, just like I do for Zendikar as well. So there's like a 1 in 24 chance that it's actually going to be a card. It means you don't buy the cheapy ones in the store for sure. For 900 gold, that's not worth the gamble. Ooh, Titan's Nest. I think I noticed that I had a lack of copies of that card the other day. Mythos, fair enough. Are you gonna be gems? Yeah. But of course. Kaldheim, I was getting pretty close before it rotated. Okay. My wildcard count. Let's see here now. Woo! Mythic. And Cody. I got the vault filled 3 times and 22 rares. That is probably more than I've had sitting than any other time that I've been playing Arena. My management of drafting on stream maybe once or twice a week, and then also just the drafting and buying these set mastery packs and whatnot, having a lot of this, that I haven't really had to use wildcards, you know? Especially because a lot of the new stuff hasn't been dazzling comparatively to Yori and crap. Nice. I did want another copy of this card. Doomblade is a rare in this. That's interesting. I made a fun deck with this in it because the counter target artifact or enchantment and bounce something on 3 is enough to stop the like fast mono red, fast mono white. Oh. 4 mana A. And then another copy of this thing that I had never seen. Sure. What else? Ah, yes, the final copy of Fervent Mastery. I'm sad to see it come out of a pack, because I've passed on it in draft a bunch of times. It seems like every draft it's in there. Urza's Rage. Kicker for 9! Woo! That's something. Yep. This thing. Bananas. That's something. That's a mood, they would call it. Crack with Power. That's a card that is begging to be broken. Because what would it take to 5 times X? So 5 times 4 is 20. For X to be 4, you would have to pay 14 mana for this card to do 20 damage. No, each above to X. Yeah, 20 damage to 3 things, costing 14 mana. It seems like a lot. I could maybe see it. I'm happy to have one of those. For cards that have, or decks that have lesson stuff that have no business doing lesson stuff. Like the Boros Winota. The mascot exhibition goes in their sideboard as just like a we're out of gas card. Although, actually, it doesn't not go in Winota. Yeah, woohoo! Damn. Yeah, you're, because you still play with Hope, hanging out in Historic. Just like, yeah, I'll make it work with some control decks. Like, what's the problem? That takes a bravery that I'm not sure that I have, because I get crushed in Historic often, to the point where I start to play Bogles, which is enchanting creatures and giving the protection and protecting them. It's like a catch-all sort of deck that doesn't have that many bad matchups besides mono red, and it doesn't matter what they're playing. But yours, where control is very dependent on what they're playing and in what order that they're playing in and what you're able to predict. That's a scary place to be, you know? But anyway, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another beautiful Friday draft night. It's a shame that the draft didn't go well. Perhaps I should have trimmed the fat and run like a 45 card deck or something like that. Maybe we would have done a little better. But I shall see you guys again Wednesday, if not sooner. You have a good night.